PC for a few $100s profit, but that may be a bit of a challenge because this PC has a lot of issues going on with it. One, we don't have a graphics card. We're not going to make it very far on selling this PC if we don't have a good graphics card to put into the system. 2, cable management isn't looking very appeasing. 3, my AIO right now is a intake fan. I don't know why, but we have to flip that. And 4, and honestly the most concerning, is our memory sticks are having some issues. Right now, only one memory module is showing up in Task Manager. I don't know if that means the RAM stick is bad, which would be a better fix for me because that's not going to be as costly. But it could also be that the memory channel itself has gone bad on the motherboard, which is a very expensive fix. So we have a lot of work to do, so let's get started. So the first thing I have to do is figure out what is going on with this memory, because that can really make or break this flip. So hopefully you guys can see that, but right now it's only showing 8 gigs of RAM. It should be showing 16 because that's what we have installed. And it's only showing 1 of 4 slots being used. Yeah, we gotta figure out why that is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is test one stick at a time, and I'm also gonna test all the memory lanes, and that should give us the answer of what is actually happening. So since this one is posting right now with that one stick in there, that tells me that slot is probably the slot that was good, but we'll double check it. So I tested slot number 2 with one of the RAM sticks and it posted just fine. So we're gonna test the other slot with the other RAM stick and see how that does. Let's hope she posts on this one. All right, let's see if it posts with the other stick of RAM. It also might have just got knocked loose, so we'll see. Hopefully it posts and we don't have to change anything about the RAM or the motherboard. And it does. I'm confused. Let's put both back in and see how that goes. And if it goes well, then maybe one of them were just having a loose connection and we'll be fine. So as you can see, it's showing 16 gigs of memory. So I guess one of the connections just ran loose. It happens, but yeah. So it turns out we don't have a memory issue at all. We just had a loose connection, which is a big W for us because that's money I didn't have to spend, which means this gives me a bigger profit on the flip. But the next thing I want to test out is this AIO. It's a few years old, so I really got to make sure it's performing up to its standards. So I did run OCCT on this. It does run the CPU at 100% throttle just to make sure that the CPU is running good and that the temps are good. We're hitting 52, 53 degrees on this system with this AIO, which tells me the AIO is still in good shape. I don't hear any funny noises coming out of it, so we're good to go on that. We are going to replace the thermal paste just because it needs it, but other than that, we're good. Now, while the temps were good, one thing that wasn't good is the fact that the AIO is serving as an intake fan. This definitely needs to be an outtake fan for better flow of the entire system. So that's the next thing we are working on. And in the process of doing this, I realized this probably should have been cleaned a long time ago. Ooh-wee. That is way dustier than I thought. But lo and behold, it's nothing a little cleaning can't fix. So I dusted it out and got it looking much better. And then I went ahead and wiped off the old thermal paste and applied a new layer and went ahead and installed the AIO back into the system. And I have to say, I'm feeling quite confident with how this flip is coming out. Well, that was until I remembered how bad the cable management is. Cable management has never really been my strong suit, but it is something that has to be done because a clean looking build will always sell better and faster than a messy looking one. So all we can do here is really try our best. And after about 30 minutes, I have to say the inside does look a lot better, which is the most important part because that's what everyone is going to see. All right, so we got everything cleaned up and looking better. Got the cable management looking way better than what it was before. But we're still missing something important, and that's the graphics card. So I ended up finding a 1050 Ti that my boyfriend had in his old build. I don't know how I feel about it putting it in this build because there used to be a 2080 in this build, and dropping it down to a 1050 Ti, you know, performance-wise, I don't know if it's really going to reach the goals that I want to reach. I want to be able to say that this build can play 1080p on all games and get 60 FPS. I don't feel like a 1050 Ti is going to be able to do that. So I'm going to put it in here and test it out. But if I'm not feeling it, we might just have to find a different GPU for it. Might end up having to buy one. But hopefully this one does work out because it's free for me. And it's obviously something that I don't have to put into the budget of this build, and which means I get more of a profit at the end of the day. So let's put this in here. We'll play some games, test it out, see how I feel about it, and go from there. But no PC build or repair is complete unless something goes wrong and causes you a mental breakdown.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Do y'all notice something? Let me take you off the tripod here because I can't believe this. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah, it's missing the silver, I don't even know what you call that piece that goes right here. It's missing that to hold it down in place and to screw it down here. So it's just sagging. Like this is, I can't use this. Like I don't even know if you can like buy this separately. Maybe you can, but I cannot use this at all. It making my life more difficult than it needs to be. So we gotta find another solution.
2 weeks later.
So it's been a few weeks since the whole 1050 Ti debacle, which absolutely stressed me out. But with a little patience, I was able to get a 3060 for a little bit over $100.
And that's a big W for this flip because the 3060 absolutely smacks the 1050 Ti. It's like a night and day difference. So now we'll be able to reach our goal of 1080p, 60 FPS at high settings on most games. So I consider that a W.
As bad as it may sound to say, I'm honestly pretty glad that this build did not go perfectly because it taught me the value of having patience. There's no way you can work on technology and not have patience because something will always go wrong. And it's really hard when you're one of those people that always want things to go the way that you envisioned it, but that's not how life is. And if I'm going to continue to do these flips, then I really have to understand that. But now that we got everything settled, all that we have left to do is get some good quality pictures for the listing.
But if I find that people aren't really gravitating towards this listing, then I might have to change some stuff up. Probably starting with the case itself, and since it's not the most modern looking case, and aesthetics really do sell the build sometimes. So if I find that it's not selling as fast as I want it to, then I'll probably change the case up. But for now, we'll let the listing speak for itself. So it's been a few days since I posted the listing. I listed it at $800 and I immediately had multiple people hitting me up. And the first person that hit me up is the one I'm gonna sell this PC to. He actually asked if I can sell it for $700. So that's what I'm gonna do. He seemed like a nice guy. I'm gonna give him a break. So already got it all cleaned up, ready to go. I'm excited, so hopefully everything goes smooth, and I will see you guys then and let you know how it goes.
So I went to meet the guy to drop off the PC. I didn't record it for his privacy, but as you can see, we did receive the $700 Cash App transaction. On top of him saying everything went well, and he left me a good review. So all in all, this flip went really well, and we made a $590 profit. This PC was given to me for free by my dad, and all we had to do was buy the graphics card for $110. Obviously, the flip wouldn't be as big if I had to buy the entire system myself, but for my first time ever, it was really fun and a good experience. And I hope to be able to do this again sometime in the future because I really do like the process of fixing and then flipping the PC. If you enjoyed though, make sure you leave a like on it for me and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching and have a good day.